Hey y'all, this is Jeremy. He's the best fabricator I've ever met in my life, and I've met quite a few. So Jeremy's been working really hard on getting the brackets ready for the storage tanks that are going into the bus. So explain what you got right here, Jeremy.
All right, so we made a frame out of some angle iron, and I tack welded some sheet metal in the bottom of it to hold these
What's the thickness of that?
tanks here. The thickness of the angle.
Yep.
This is 3/16.
Okay. And the sheet?
And the sheet is 1/8 inch.
And what are those round things on the corners? How does that work?
So I put these on. I just cut like 2-inch sections, and of 1-inch Schedule 80 pipe, and then I welded these on each corner, and then they catch the brackets over here I made. So these will go up in between your guts. As you see, it's off center because it needs to be off center for it to match up with the tank. But these will go up in between the channel of the bus, and then you turn and lock them in place.
Right.
And
tack weld it.
And then, well, you get I mean, once we get the tanks and everything set, then yeah. Okay. And then I'll come through and I'll stitch here and here on the guts that's on all of them after they're locked in. And
then the nut just screws it, pull it up tight.
Yeah, I got 3/4 inch stainless steel lock nuts, nylon lock nuts, but these are just so we get the tanks up for now. These are just plain Jane.
Okay.
But you definitely want to never seize these. I've already done 2 sets that I've never seized.
All right. And then something I noticed,
stainless will go up.
He's a little modest, but right here, the little cutout for the pipe.
Oh yeah.
On both sides. That's some pretty work right there, I'll tell you. Pretty work. Another one of the projects we did, it was replace the heater hose ball valves with new stainless steel ball valves. That was another project that Jeremy took care of it for us. We have to use some special wiring techniques because we're using stranded wire in the bus. And with traditional electrical fixtures, they don't always work well together. So what we do is we put a ferrule on the end of the stranded wire, which makes it act like a solid wire. It's essentially a metal straw that gets crimped onto the stranded wire with a special tool to make it solid on the end. These are called Wago fittings, and they take the place of a wire nut. And then we also use crimp-on fittings that are heat sealed. Here, Todd is installing some outside lights. Since we're installing the storage tanks under the bus, we also installed the toilet flange so we can bolt the toilet to the floor. Been doing a lot of wiring on the main AC distribution box area today. So this is the main switch, which alternates between the shore power, which I got hooked up today. So this indicates that there is power available. I'm going to switch it to switch number 1, which is shore power. I'm going to flip the main breaker. The indicator light comes on. I'm going to flip the breaker for the branch circuit for the lights. That comes on. This is a switch for the front portion of the bus. And the lights came on. The lights go off. Lights come on. And they got a dimmer here as well. This is the switch for the bathroom. Lights on. Lights off. Lights on. Switch for the bedroom. So what I did today is I wired up, I continued to do my wiring, my AC wiring. I wired up most of the outlets, AC outlets in the bus. And so I'm just gonna walk you through it. So I have this little device here which is going to help me test a circuit. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to flip this breaker here, which energizes the outlets, most of them. I don't see any sparks flying. That's always a good thing. And now what I'm going to do is go through and start checking outlets. So this one should work, and it'll have a particular light pattern. I think it's green if everything is good, which it is. So we have power there. We have power there.
Wire up. Green. The different colored lights will tell you if it's wired right or not. If you get a red light, that means it's reverse polarity. All right. Tells you if your ground is hooked up right or not. All good. All good. All good there. Good there. Perfect.
Okay, 100%. This place looks like a bomb went off. The next stage is going to be do a work site cleanup because it is a mess. But we'll get it cleaned up. We'll go on.